retracted. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Request granted. Landing gear deployed. Docking successful. Engines disengaged. retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four,
suggests Jasmina Halsey provides testimony about Starship One. Former President Jasmina Halsey has taken the witness stand during the trial of Fleet Admiral Lucas Vincent at the Federal High Court. Crime correspondent Ethan Takahashi reported the details for the Federal Times. Jasmina Halsey confirmed that the orders for Starship One's unscheduled stopover in the Azalic system came directly from Fleet Admiral Vincent. She added that the presidential itinerary was often altered for various mundane reasons, and at the time this seemed routine. Halsey also provided an account of the vessel's destruction, describing the chaos and panic on board as the hyperspace misjump caused rapid structural disintegration. She praised her security detail for getting her into a cryogenic stasis pod and launching it moments before Starship One exploded. During cross-examination, the defense counsel quoted her reported visions after being rescued, when Halsey described meeting the caretakers of our galaxy and experiencing the infinities of the cosmos. It was suggested that the testimony of someone suffering from such obvious delusions should be discounted. Halsey admitted that she no longer has any memory of making those statements and may have been suffering from post-traumatic shock. She then provided the court with psychological reports and neural scans from the Alliance's finest doctors, medically confirming that she is of sound state of mind. Trial of Fleet Admiral Vincent begins. Trial of Fleet Admiral Vincent begins. The Federal High Court on Mars has opened the trial of Fleet Admiral Lucas Vincent. Charged with conspiracy to commit murder and treason. Vincent stands accused of organizing the sabotage of Starship One in 3301, resulting in hundreds of deaths. The Federal Times' crime correspondent Ethan Takahashi reported. The trial began with the prosecution counsel outlining the case. Material evidence obtained from Chief Technician Rory Webster, whose testimony led to Vincent's arrest, was presented before the jury. Vincent was questioned about a secure transmission from his office to the presidential vessel on the 24th of May 3301, ordering an unscheduled diversion to the Azalic system for routine maintenance. This is where Webster's engineering team followed Vincent's orders to install the sabotaged hyperdrive component that caused the misjump. Evading the questions, Vincent claimed that the entire trial was a Liberal Party cover-up and that Starship One was destroyed to put Winters in charge. With the loss of President Halsey and Vice President Naylor, Felicia Winters did indeed assume the role of acting president and became leader of the Liberal Party. However, the Defense Counsel played down these accusations, instead declaring that Webster's recordings of Vincent's orders could have been falsified. Counselor Kane Camp Corporation secures hosting of Galactic Summit. Pilots Federation alert. Sirius Corporation has received more data than Utopia and will therefore host the Galactic Summit. Both organizations propose to organize a diplomatic conference for the Alliance, Empire and Federation. After calling on the galactic community to gather data that would support security operations, many pilots handed in anomalous bulk scan data, atypical disrupted wake echoes, exceptional scrambled emission data and unusual encrypted files. All three superpower governments confirmed that due to its success in preparing effective security systems, they will accept Sirius Corporation as the neutral territory for the conference. CEO Li Yongrui made this announcement. Thank you to all the independent pilots who supported us. Sirius will now begin work preparing for the first Galactic Summit, which we hope will increase peace and prosperity across the galaxy. Pilots who delivered to Sirius Corporation can collect their rewards from Goldstein Port in the Lembava system. Simguru Pranav Antal expressed disappointment, but confirmed that all who contributed to Utopia's initiative will be rewarded at Tana settlement in the Pelevnik system. Sirius Corporation has stated that the Galactic Summit is provisionally scheduled to take place over a 3-week period in late February and early March. Request for pilots to trace distress call. Pilots Federation alert. An independent vessel has detected a fragment of a mysterious message coming from an unexplored region of space. Commander Elsa Solomon was traveling through the Swal's XXDC-130 system when her ship's communications array picked up a faint transmission. The message was as follows. This is an emergency broadcast on all frequencies from Serene Harbor. We are. The transmission ended abruptly and did not resume. The signal did not contain any identification data or indications as to its origin. Commander Solomon gave more details to Vox Galactica. The message appeared in my comms panels as text and an electronically generated voice. I wasn't able to determine a source, only that it was broadcast within 80 light-years of that system. My schedule was tight, so I couldn't spend long tracking it. I have no idea if Serene Harbor is a starport, a settlement or even a megaship, but this is obviously a Mayday signal. Someone somewhere is in serious trouble. I've asked the Pilots Federation to share the information in case any of my fellow commanders can help. To help triangulate the source, there is a call-out to any other ships that were in the area at the time, which may have received a similar broadcast. However, no responses have been received as yet. Sirius for pilots to trace distress call. Pilots Federation alert. An independent vessel has detected a fragment of a mysterious message coming from an unexplored region of space. Commander Elsa Solomon was traveling through the SWALS XXDC-130 system when her ship's communications array picked up a faint transmission. The message was as follows. This is an emergency broadcast on all frequencies from Serene Harbor. We are. The transmission ended abruptly and did not resume. The signal did not contain any identification data or indications as to its origin. Anonymous source refers to distress call location. Pilots Federation alert. An encrypted message seems to provide planetary coordinates related to the mysterious signal from Serene Harbor. The message received by the Pilots Federation was as follows. Welcome to Serene Harbor. 56.4 latitude, minus 8.3 longitude. Theta 7. Although this pinpoints a geographical area on a planetary surface, the astronomical location of this body remains a mystery. It is unclear whether Theta 7 refers to additional map coordinates of some kind, or is a code phrase intended for unknown recipients. Little is known about the original distress call, other than its brief content. This is an emergency broadcast on all frequencies from Serene Harbor. We are. Request for pilots to trace distress call. Pilots Federation alert. An independent vessel has detected a fragment of a mysterious message coming from an unexplored region of space. Commander Elsa Solomon was traveling through the SWALS XXDC. Halsey suggests motivation for assassination attempt. At the trial of Fleet Admiral Vincent, former President Jasmina Halsey has revealed possible reasons behind the sabotage of Starship One in 3301. Crime correspondent Ethan Takahashi reported from the Federal High Court. Jasmina Halsey provided details of a top-level federal cabinet meeting in late April 3301, an event which was never declassified. Its aim was to address the high levels of public dissatisfaction with her administration. At the meeting, Halsey explained that she had been inspired by various peace activists to refocus on the well-being of citizens. She planned to reduce taxes, invest in social infrastructure and slash federal Navy spending. As yet this was only a preliminary plan, to be implemented later that year. Halsey told the court that only a dozen officials were present at this meeting, including Fleet Admiral Vincent. All were told that this forthcoming sea change in policy was confidential, but to expect major budget changes in the coming months. The prosecution counsel stated that Vincent was therefore aware that naval defunding was imminent, something which would reduce his personal influence. It would also impact powerful individuals who Vincent was illegally connected to, evidence of which would be presented in due course.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Marlinist colonies receive emergency food supplies. Pilots Federation alert. Large amounts of food commodities have been delivered to the Marlinist colonies. Multiple shipments of animal meat, fish, fruit and vegetables and grain were transported to Stillman Hub. Messages of gratitude were broadcast from all the Marlinist factions, which have distributed these vital supplies across the 8 colony systems. The Free Marlinists of Carini also issued bounty vouchers for wanted ships, in order to protect the deliveries. Contributing pilots can now collect their rewards from Stillman Hub in the HIP-22550 system. In related news, the first Marlinist Parliament has been democratically elected. The respected community leader Dr. Jenna Fairfax was chosen by a majority public vote to be First Minister. In a public address, she said, "This path was not chosen by us, but our people have turned Marlin Deval's ideology into a functioning Republican society. Now that we are fully independent members of the galactic community, we can repay those who aided our survival by offering discounts on commodities and establishing regular trading." Sirius and Utopia compete to host Galactic Summit.
Flight engaged. Landing gear deployed.